Nah, nothing like...
Hmm.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay. What about the...
A printed picture of the strange smoke...
There were geometry things in Grandpa's room. Maybe the clinic? Yeah, I will go. I just want to see if I can do anything in this location before I go.
That combination makes no sense.
You make no sense.
It looks like someone was doing geometry.
Okay, I guess we can go. What else did I have on my notepad?
I'll write down clues in this.
No. Look at it. Could ask Grandma about the church. Maybe she has some info.
Oh, hello, dear. Glad to see you again so soon.
Hi, Grandma. I just thought I'd drop by.
Sure, hon. Stay as long as you'd like.
You're a nice lady. Of course we will.
Mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear.
Grandma
What's
might
on
know
your
that
mind?
photo. You're right.
I don't see a reason to ask her about that.
Oh, she can't talk about church?
Look at this photo I found in the locked briefcase.
Goodness.
I tried to tase her.
I haven't seen that picture in years. This was taken when
Didn't
Joseph
work.
was stationed at McConnell Air Force Base. That's him right there on the left.
What about the other two?
I don't remember the name of the smiling man in the back. The gentleman on the right was Joseph's best friend, Charles Wade.
Grandma, would you know about this?
What do you see in this picture, Grandma?
I have no idea, but it's quite an eerie display. What is it?
I'm trying to figure that out. I found the picture hidden in the attic.
Oh, come to think of it, the trees do look similar to the ones in Conwell Woods.
Yeah, it was taken somewhere in that area. I found out that the flower in the picture matches a rare local species.
Aren't you clever?
Oh god.
Do let me know if you come across anything else.
Oh god, Phoenix, or no. Are we just making everybody crazy that we meet now? Uh-oh. Oh dear, what have I done?
Well,
Mistakes.
gotta go, Grams. Talk to you later.
Bye, Kathy.
Grams? Okay. Also, I didn't read the page, the botany page.
Eileen gave me this. Might contain useful information if I come across a specimen. It's a photocopy of a book page with information about the red scythe flower. Here's an interesting segment. Another interesting trait of the red scythe is the smell, which is familiar to that of a pepper. The pollen of the plant has also been known to cause hallucinations in concentrated amounts. Native American tribes harvested and smoked the plant for that reason, but the flower never caught on as a modern recreational drug due to the difficulty of growing it.
Okay then. We got some wild flowers here. So I think should go to the hospital first. I really like that emote. That emote's pretty awesome. The relaxed and smoking. Okay, let's go to the clinic. It's our guy! That's our guy! That's our bum.
Yep, it's full of trash. Figure that. Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Aww. Girl, when will you ever do something I want?
It's that homeless guy who helped me distract Lenny.
Who's gonna distract Lenny now? Take a
We
shopping
meet
cart
again,
near him?
Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of, and totally untrue.
So, what's up with the trash can? Digging for treasure?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch.
Okay.
By the way, you owe me $10.
Right.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my balls here.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold. Like a stake through the heart.
You're welcome.
What do they call you anyway?
Goober. Everyone calls me Goober.
Go.
All right.
Okay.
I'm Kathy.
Pleasure to meet you.
So, what's your story anyway?
My story?
Yeah, don't all bums have a story?
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my showbiz career.
Oh, of course.
Is that so? I don't recognize you at all.
I used to have more hair.
That I actually believe.
Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my stage name. Surely you must have heard of me.
Not really, no.
Oh, come on. I have starred in dozens of Hollywood movies. The Silence of the Lambert, Jacob's Bladder, The Usual Surprises, Natural Bald Killers.
Not ringing any bells.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality cinema. Breaks my heart.
So, tell me about this acting career of yours.
What about it?
Tell me about The Silence of Lambert.
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turns mute overnight. For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a self-invented sign language, only to realize that true love needs no communication at all. He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes and clean. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez. Based on a true story.
What is that movie? I want to see it now. I want to see that movie.
I'm not sure I want to know what Jacob's Bladder is about, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb, a schizophrenic man who forms an imaginary romantic relationship with his bladder. During long and joyful monologues on the can, he starts referring to his nether regions by the name of Jenny. Sadly, before Jacob has a chance to elope with his sweetheart, he gets committed to an asylum due to increasingly erratic behavior. After a big fight with his paramour, Jacob refuses to pee for a week, and he dies from a ruptured bladder.
I don't want to see that movie. Which one, Phoenixer? I want to see The Silence of Lambert. That sounded like the most amazing movie ever. However, I don't want to see Jacob's Bladder. What about The Usual Surprises?
Give me the rundown on The Usual Surprises.
A lighthearted comedy taking place during a surprise birthday party of 34-year-old Sid McBacon. The story is told from 8 different perspectives to keep the audience guessing who the protagonist actually is. The movie ends with the biggest surprise of them all. Sid suddenly dies of an epileptic seizure. I guess it's more of a dark comedy.
That's the best type of The Usual Suspects parody ever. Yep, Silence of the Lambs. Except The Silence of Lambert. That sounded like an amazing movie. The Usual Suspects, though, damn.
Why do you always die at the end of your movies?
Typecasting.
About natural bald killers. Natural born killers. Okay, let's see what we got.
Natural bald killers?
It's a dystopian vision of the future where people are valued by the quality of their hair. The protagonist, Eddie Zephyr, turns bald in high school. One day, he has simply had enough of all the teasing and the bullying, and he completely snaps and heads out on a scalping spree in search of the perfect head of hair. Eddie makes his way to Mexico for an illegal hair transplant. However, he has an adverse reaction to the anesthesia and he dies on the operating table.
This guy's acting career is something a lot of people would appreciate. Like, that's a sort of filmography that...
Why do you always
Wow.
die at the end of your movies?
Typecasting.
Amazing.
Oh, never mind.
Not the cultured type. I understand.
Oh my god.
I need to ask you a few questions.
Sounds serious. Ask away.
Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in '81?
I most certainly do.
What? Tell me.
Are you sure you want to know? Not everyone can handle
Oh
the
my
truth.
god, what is it?
Oh, just spit it out.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Abducted by aliens.
I should have known better.
Oh, I saw
He
it,
might
man.
not
A
be
big,
wrong.
huge light. I was a bit drunk at the time, but I had my reasons. My wife had just left me, taking the dog, not to mention I was being conscripted for the war. But I'm telling you, those goddamn aliens took him and they experimented on him. And that's why he was so messed up when they put him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you
He
there.
might not be
Open
wrong.
your mind, man.
Open your mind, man. You just gotta look, man. We don't know anything about nothing.
Do you know who Lily Myers was?
Yep,
Oh,
my dad
God.
was the one who found her floating in the lake.
Oh,
Really? What can you tell me about her?
okay, now it
Ah,
gets
geez,
sad.
not a lot. I mean, teenage girls, man, they're like their own species.
Man.
It's impossible to figure out. Not to mention how that entire family ain't like people friendly.
Now that's an understatement. Nearly started brawling with Sue the first time I met her.
She can sure deal out a mean whooping, that lady.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky?
Oh god,
Why,
don't.
I used to call myself that back in Nam. Oh, how I miss that marvelous youthful ego of mine.
Why do I even bother?
Of course he was gonna say something like that.
Do you know who Charles Wade is?
Sure, he's been holed up in this clinic for the last couple of weeks.
You saw Charles Wade go in there?
Well, yeah, I just told you, man.
How did he look?
Okay, I guess. Still walking, at least.
What do you know about Lily Myers' art?
Nothing but hearsay. People say it was pretty deranged.
Okay, I want to see it.
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
I'd say they're good people. Isaac, the priest, is anyway. His dad, Father Bill, on the other hand, though, he and the people he had around him were into some weird shit.
What kind of weird shit?
I don't know, they were like a cult or something, with Billy Praise himself at the top. Really shifty bunch of folks. Isaac turned it all around when his dad kicked the bucket, made it a proper church.
That actually sounds.
Interesting. Do you know anyone else
Possible.
who was involved in the old church?
Not really, I tried to stay as far away from those people as possible. Ask Isaac about it, he's a friendly guy.
All right, I might do that. Do you know what this is?
Chinese
infect him,
fireworks,
too.
of course. I grew up in Shanghai. I know what I'm talking about. They used to call me Dong Pai, meaning round-eyed baldy. Those were some rough years. I miss the food, not to mention the women. Got 2 kids down there now, Mei Lin and Little Ping.
Time to hit the off switch now, buddy.
Yeah.
Do you recognize these men?
That's your granddad, right?
Yeah. What about the other 2?
No idea. I think my face blindness is acting up again.
Okay.
Dude, you want a cigarette?
Want to smoke, buddy?
Nah, I got stage 2 lung cancer. I'm keeping it under control with a fruitarian diet.
You're homeless. How do you keep a fruitarian diet? Man, this guy's fun.
I could, but only if I had a really good reason.
Girl, don't use excuses.
I don't need to show him that.
Okay, guess that's it.
Okay, that's enough serious questions for now.
Alrighty.
So,
What about it?
That's it?
Not the...
okay, I'm off.
Bye.
Do we... No, that's exit. Okay, let's go. Okay. Plant!
Was expecting plastic, but this looks like a real plant.
Hell yeah.
A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year.
They haven't changed the calendar for like, what, 5 years? No, 4.
No thanks. Women's magazines make my brain melt.
Oh, girl, same.
Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging. I can't read it from here.
Well, then go closer.
I can't read it from here.
Excuses.
A computer. They likely keep records of their patients on it. Pretty sure she would object to that.
Okay, I guess I have to distract her. Can the guy help us distract her? Just like Lenny? That would be cool.
Excuse me, nurse?
Wow, she gives
Hey, nurse!
0 Fs. Oh my god, that's sad.
Yeah? They don't pay you much, huh?
No shit. What do you want?
I'm here to see Charles Wade.
Never heard of him. Anything else?
Bullshit. I know he's here. Listen, it's okay. I'm a friend of the family.
No, you're not, and I said he's not here. Don't make me call security.
What a bitch. I need to get rid of her somehow.
My bum friend is gonna help with that. What was his name? Gober?
No point. I wouldn't even know what room.
Just go to every room until you find him, girl. Ashtray.
Smoking allowed. Guess this place is a bit behind on healthcare regulations.
Yeah. Oh well. Oh well, hospitals, eh? Okay, let's go. I need your help, buddy. Let's do the Lenny drill.
Hey, doofus.
Doofus.
Oh, hi!
So, how good an actor are you?
The best! The very best!
You know, that nurse in there, she said she loved you in all those movies, and that she always wished you'd give her a live performance.
Oh my
I
god.
knew it. She always gave me these strange looks. I thought it was contempt, but her face must just be cramping up from shyness.
Yeah, that's definitely it. She'd love to see you act, I'm sure.
I'm gonna have to oblige. Which movie do you think she'd like the best?
Jacob's bladder. Yes.
Definitely Jacob's bladder.
I'm feeling the pressure.
Oh my god. This is gonna be a mess.
Oh, Jenny, everything is forgiven. You and me were like peas and carrots. I'm just so full of your love that I think I'm about to burst. Jenny, where did you go? I don't feel so good. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
No, we need one where he
That
falls, I
wasn't
guess.
really an electrifying performance. I'll have to intervene somehow.
Kick him in the bladder?
Hey, doofus.
Oh,
Hey, how about another show?
sure.
Oh god, let's not have him ghost call people. Oh yeah, right, could stun him. Oh right, then he needs to go attack people. Natural bald killers, he's gonna try to take her scalp, and I'm gonna be the hero.
Natural bald killers would be the obvious choice.
Bald move.
Bald move.
Fernando, you've been such a good friend. I can't thank you enough for making me whole again. Turn this scalp into a breathtaking golden carpet, such as the world has never seen. Okay, Doctor, I'm counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Good idea, but it wouldn't match his symptoms.
Then maybe... Oh yeah, and the usual surprises, I think he just fell and died, didn't he?
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Sure.
How about the usual surprises?
Business as usual. I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's that smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing.
Nurse! He's seizing!
Oh shit!
Nice.
Man, I feel like a total jackass. I'll have to make it up to the poor guy later. Rows and columns of...
Okay. Oh. Guess we get to use our floppy disk again. Oh yeah, read notice board. Good idea. C. Mendes, Autorgator. Okay. Okay, did I get it back? Yeah, I did.
Employee of the Month, Carlita Mendez. Ugh, what a joke. It's that obnoxious nurse.
How is she employee of the month? What is up with this hospital? C. Mendes. Oh, the mouse. And O. Was it Autor? Gay. Der? Yeah. Charles Wade. Only employee. Fair. Referral from Dr. Friedman, St. Francis Medical Center. Patient has undergone successful invasive heart surgery and was transferred to this facility at his own request. The initial prognosis looks good and the patient is likely to make a full recovery in 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. Wait. Oh. Probably nobody else that we know there. Let's go. Uh-oh.
It's all right, Claude.
Understood, sir.
So, you managed to find me.
I did.
Well, let's get this over with then. How do you want your pictures? Shall I get some tubes to fill my face with?
Okay.
Will that suffice for your front page?
I'm no journalist. Well, not yet anyway.
Ah, she's but a cub. So, you're hoping for your big break. Surely this must be worth an internship at one of the big papers. Do you want me to call Thompson at the Times and get it over with? I still play golf with him every once in a while.
You're assuming a lot, Mr. Wade.
Guilty as charged. It's a stance I find remarkably effective for a man with little time and a tendency to be correct.
You might want to rethink that attitude. I have a history of surprising people.
Is that so? Very well, I'll indulge you for now. Who are you then?
I'm Kathy Rain. Joseph was my grandfather.
Now I remember. You were at the funeral.
I was.
You were late.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, It's not like Grandpa was going anywhere.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her veins.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
Let's start with the picture.
Do you recognize this, Charles?
Of course. Your grandfather, me, Jimmy Cochran.
Cochran.
Taken shortly before we went to the war.
That's cocky.
That guy's name is Jimmy Cochran?
Yes. He used to go by the nickname Cocky. He was a coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a bad joke.
Coward?
I see.
Is there anything?
He's
Taze him.
being cooperative at the moment. I shouldn't push my luck.
Aww.
What do you see in this picture, Charles?
Fireflies would be my best guess. They can grow terribly large around these parts.
Okay, anything else? No. Smoke.
I don't need to show him that.
Aww. Just wanted to offer him a smoke, okay?
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in '81?
I wish I did, Kathy. You must know I did everything in my power to help. How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment? MRIs, neurologists, say what you will about Joseph. But he was never rich.
Strange. Grandma never mentioned that to me.
She's just too proud. At first she refused. She was convinced that I had an agenda, that there were strings attached.
And were there?
Don't be silly. Despite all that had happened, I still loved Joseph dearly. I wanted to help. People from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust in the rich, passed on for generations. In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? I left the diagnosis to the professionals. Mrs. Rain accepted the health care, but asked me to stay out of everything else. So I did.
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
Joseph was the
Is
best
Grandma
friend I ever
involved?
had. We grew up together, married our high school sweethearts together, went to war together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice, but he came up ahead, no doubt.
So when did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon Evans happened.
My parents?
Yes. They ruined everything with their vile, destructive behavior. I couldn't have that around my daughter or my newborn grandson. Joseph was naive. He believed that anyone could be helped, that anyone could be reasoned with, given a chance. He was just too good, bless him. He should have been harder on Brian, more strict. So our family started drifting apart. Eventually my company grew much too large for this little town, and we moved on. Not long after that, your grandfather ended up in that wheelchair. That marked the end of our friendship, for obvious reasons.
You bought a number of paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended. Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively. When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
There was a burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
Well, shit.
Eloquently put.
Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense, he's been held in a mental institution for years.
Whoa.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
Oh dear.
I do. My mother is in there. Sharon Evans? I had her committed about a year ago.
I see. It must have taken a lot of courage to do that, Kathy. Mothers have a lot of power over us. More than most of us care to admit.
I guess so. Do you know why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated with circles and started hurting himself, trying to scratch the circles out of his head.
Creepy. I wonder what set him off.
Looking at
I
the
think
same
I'll check the place out
circles
tomorrow.
we are.
Too late to head back to the city now.
Is this gonna be us in a bit?
Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Fairly clumsy job. Lots of broken windows. The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso.
Just Lily's
untouched.
paintings, right?
But every single painting by an unknown local artist gone.
Yep.
That can't be a coincidence.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
Some stunning police work right there.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he could make out multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime, but nothing more than that.
So, I take it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you everything you
Oh,
need.
cool.
That'd be
thank you.
great. Thanks, Charles.
Anytime. But I'm curious, what's your interest in the paintings?
I've learned that my grandfather went to Sue and asked to see them, right before he had his injury.
Is that so? Strange.
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. And I always leave early.
Do you know what this is?
A flower? Why don't you consult a botanist instead of bothering me with this nonsense?
I guess that's it.
Do you know what this key opens?
You must be truly desperate if you ask random people a question like that.
I am. I am.
I don't need to show.
I could have asked him what a floppy disk
Thanks,
is,
Charles.
but...
That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back
Oh, he's
anytime.
smiling. Phone.
Private phone. Wade must get special privileges here. Just some boring landscape paintings. Looks like Wade brought some of his old tombs with him.
Nice.
Just some boring landscape paintings. That guy is huge. I wonder how many cows he eats per day. I'd rather not. He'd crush me like a twig. I am not suicidal, thanks.
I wanted to stun him, but oh well. Guess not. Guess not. Hmm. Can we actually see records of patients that have been here? For example, Nathan Myers. No, only current patients, I guess. Okay. Nothing new around here. Nope. Okay, let's go. Could go to the police station before I move on. Actually, I am gonna leave the screen on this and I'm gonna take a quick 2-minute bio break and I'll be right back. The soundtrack is so nice. Okay, let's go. Hi, Lenny. How are you, Lenny?
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy. What's up?
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
Not really, Kathy. Sorry.
Nah, I don't want to ask him about that. Hey, Lenny, do you recognize these men?
Not really. Sorry.
Lenny is a good
Do you
dude.
know what this is?
I have no idea. Looks creepy, whatever it is. Where did you get it?
Grandpa had it hidden away in the attic.
Probably for a good reason, then. Be careful out there.
Why would he know to be careful out there just from a picture?
Hey, Lenny, do you recognize this flower?
Yeah, I accidentally inhaled pollen from one of them when I was a kid. I remember being sick and delirious for days.
Scary. Where did you come across this flower?
Somewhere in Conwell Woods. Not sure where exactly.
All right. Yeah, that won't get me into trouble at all.
Okay,
Well,
let's
gotta go.
See ya.
Hello, Sheriff. Mind if I ask you a few more questions?
If you must.
Do you know anything about the art theft in the Wade estate?
Yes, Mr. Wade phoned ahead about that. Lenny,
Yes, boss.
get the report from the burglary in the Wade estate back in '86.
On it, boss. There you go, Kathy.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay. March 11th, 86. 1:12 a.m. The alarm in the Wade estate is triggered. The house is empty at the time and the neighbors contact law enforcement. 2:04 a.m. Officers arrive at the scene. Several broken windows can be observed. A sweep of the estate and surrounding premises reveals no trace of the perpetrators. Okay, March 12th. 86. 2:20 a.m. A single witness identified as Franklin Goldfarb reports seeing multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime. April 12th, 86. 12:15 a.m. Charles Wade arrives in Cornwall Springs to make an official statement. After examining the house, he reports that paintings with an excess value of $15,000 have been stolen. April 26th, 86. 2 p.m. The art in question has not yet popped up in any circles that are known to deal with stolen goods, terminating investigation due to lack of leads. Hey, Shadow Delta, thank you for the follow!